You know, if people just took the time to think about it for a second, a lot of things that, well, people say wouldn't make an ounce of sense. You know, they're looking into the origins of COVID-19, coronavirus 19. They don't even know the origins yet, but they want you to take off your mask outside. Yeah, fly back outside, but you don't know if it's, well, a natural virus that came from congesting dead flesh and hopped from animal to human, or if it was made in a laboratory as a bioweapon. You don't know jack shit yet. You're still investigating the origins, but you want people to be lax and take off their masks and gather in large crowds. That makes a lot of sense. Thus far, when people have been in large crowds or gathered, that's when mass shootings have happened. You know, it wasn't until the kids started going back to school that you had a boy stab a girl 114 times. Look, they're not going to tell you how bad this is. You can forget them telling you the truth. You better lay low on the down low. I can tell you, it's not just me saying this. It's all the smart people saying this. It's all the people that, well, have skin in the game, so to speak. I don't know if you heard about it, but just this morning, last night was crazy. Everybody must have went crazy. Was it a full moon or something last night? I don't know. I wake up and I hear about mass shootings in Miami. I wake up and hear about baseball players assaulting their wives. What happened last night? Did everybody not get enough of their, like, preferred medication? Are you having meat withdrawals? What's going on out there? I'm gonna need Charlie on the Wally again for this shit. But yeah, it's messed up. You know, the chief of police in Miami said it's gonna be a long summer, a long bloody summer. And we talked about that earlier. It's gonna be a long bloody summer. They're saying that in Chicago too. They're saying that everywhere. Texas let everybody go down to Texas and grab guns without having a license. And you can carry now in Texas without having a license. Do you know how much violence is going to ensue in the United States of America this summer? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Because, well, people are bored. And, well, you know Americans don't get creative when they're bored. They get violent. You know, go figure. It runs in the DNA. It's a genetic thing. And you know, this whole thing about COVID, pre-COVID and post-COVID, it seems like we're going back to the same arguments, you know, at the very beginning, whether to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. You know where I fall and come down on that issue. You know, mask up. Mask up. Be respectful. You know, I just heard recently that the Sinopharm vaccine that the Chinese developed, it's not all that effective. There are places that have been more effective in vaccinating more people than the United States. And in those places, people are still contracting coronavirus and the variants at a high rate. And they're being hospitalized and dying at a high rate too. Apparently the vaccine is, well, at least the Sinopharm vaccine is not effective, the Chinese one. They're telling us Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson are effective. But the jury's still out. We just started giving the vaccine to people. We don't know if it's going to be effective against all the thousands and thousands and thousands of different and new variants. This is a virus. Let me break this down for you knuckleheads. To try to, like, for you to try to understand in basic terms. I know you didn't, most of you finished 7th grade, so this is going to be like 3rd grade. A virus is very simple. It's a living organism. Its whole, well, purpose in existence is to continue to live. So even if you find something that can minimize the effects of the original strain, there'll be new variants because, well, new people will get the virus. Their bodies will adapt. They won't get sick. And they'll go around other people who have compromised immune system, give them the virus, and therefore the virus continues to live in the person who spread it to begin with, and in the new person that it might kill somebody. But they'll go around somebody too, their family, or they'll go around people. That's why you have contact tracing. And well, America did a horrible job with contact tracing. So when this whole thing pops off again, a new variant, and they have to lock down the country for good this time, because the second time they lock you down, they're locking you down for good. I can guarantee you that. And that's when the zombie apocalypse probably starts. And we're getting close to the zombie apocalypse. I would say we're probably like maybe 2 to 3 months off. Well, in America, they might be 1 month off because, well, everybody in America is a psycho to begin with. And so who knows what the next variant will do. Anyway, you know, you gotta take precautions. A lot of these kind of things can be mitigated if people just wore a mask. You don't see people outside bugging people that are wearing a mask. You only see the hollering and screaming when somebody is either wearing a mask and somebody is not wearing a mask. So the common thing to do, if everybody wanted to be safe, is just wear the mask. You know, people don't want to wear a mask, they don't want to get vaccinated, but they want to continue to eat dead flesh. They want to continue to eat meat and then think that they won't contract the virus. This is really nonsense. This is really stupidity, idiocracy to say the least. You know, we're right back to the beginning again. It's almost like on cue, like a perfect stopwatch. You know, the same thing that happened last year is happening this year. Just on a, well, slower time frame. But frame by frame, it's about the same. It's more stupidity, more unthoughtfulness. You know, pre-COVID, you didn't have to wear a mask. Post-COVID, you have to wear a mask. It just is what it is. People want to fight against it. So go outside and don't wear a mask. You know, spend your money this summer. Congregate around a lot of people. We'll know by middle of June whether this is safe or not, this experiment. Everybody keeps talking about the vaccine as an experiment. Everything, motherfucker, that's happening right now is an experiment. Whether you get the shot or don't get the shot, that's an experiment. Whether you go outside or don't go outside, that's an experiment. Whether you go and wear a mask or don't wear a mask, that's an experiment. Whether you go around people or don't go around people, that's an experiment. All of those things are choices. Choices that each individual has, you know. And some people are abiding by their choices and others are, well, being cavalier, reckless. And you're seeing what the results of that is in real time. You're hearing about some of it. There's a lot you're not hearing about. You know, they don't show you anymore about the people who are hooked up on ventilators, or the people who are still contracting it, or the people who are still dying of COVID-19. We can't even reach herd immunity in this country because, well, we have enough vaccine, but very much nobody wants to take it. You know, they keep saying that we've got a lot of people vaccinated. I don't buy it. I smell bullshit. You know, a lot of people are walking around with cards, but they're fake. They never got vaccinated, and they don't plan to. They think it's a human experiment, a trial run. And you know, that might be the case, but you know what? Everything you do from here on out is an experiment. So you can think that the vaccine is the only thing that's an experiment. No, everything is in a post-COVID world. Well, hopefully you'll determine what you want to do. I know for me, I'm wearing a mask, and I got vaccinated already.